Referee Tim Peel says some dirty, dirty words to James Neal. Probably deserved it. Do you think he deserved it, Jeff?
He did.
Yeah, screw him. All today on In the Crease with Tommy C. Yeah. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Crazy Tommy C. Dental Dave sick, and well, he's not sick. He's just burning the fuck out. You know. And we got Jeff the Huffman here. What's happening, Jeff?
Not much. School wraps up next Tuesday, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Grade point average is looking good. Everything's going your way. First year at university. Our newsman, bluesman. Is that correct?
First year at Big Boy University.
Yeah, Big Boy school. You did it. You did it. You just got to You got to maintain now. You got to do this.
Still got 1 week left.
Yeah. Well, that's the way. You got a good attitude. You got a good attitude. I wish I had your discipline, self-discipline. If I took Advocare, could I pass a college course?
I don't know if it's been statistically proven to help you on exams, but yeah.
You wouldn't be surprised, would you?
No.
All right, Tim Peel. Tim Peel says dirty words, and we will preview to them right now. Tim Peel, of course.
Playing dirty.
What's that? Yeah, he called the guy out. I liked it. It was funny. Where are you, Tim Peel? I can't find you. Oh, how professional is this? Not very. Where's Jeff? There's Jeff. Okay, here it is. Fuck you, you're getting a fucking embellishment. That's the way I heard that. It's not an EVP from Ghost Hunter. Fuck you, you're getting a fucking embellishment. That's right. Good. I'm glad. Fantastic. I take comfort in knowing they talk to him that way, you know?
I do too. They don't put up with it.
No.
And they shouldn't.
No, I don't think anybody's really, except Jeff or Malay. Malay's not too happy with it. But I don't care. I don't even think Tim Peel is such a bad referee. I think, Wyszynski just made him that's his clinger. That's his running gag. Clinger and mash. That's his running gag. I don't think Tim Peel's any worse than any other referee. I think, if you just put a spotlight on any one of these dopes, you'll probably come up and find that they all make horrible calls from time to time, and I doubt Tim's any worse than anybody else. Certainly he's probably not the most elite referee in the league, but, he seems like a reasonable human being to me, and I'm glad they talking. I imagine some people were offended by the language that was used, but that's constant over there. I mean, that's the way
they can't hear me.
Yeah, well, I don't want to turn this into a criticism of Jack Malay, because then it sounds like I don't tolerate anybody else's opinion. But Jack said something like, it was Tim trying to grab the attention, and trying to make himself a part of the story. And the only thing I can really say to that is he knew he was mic'd up to say something like that. It sounds like he just got mad and said, "Fuck you, you're getting a fucking embellishment." Fuck you, you're getting a fucking embellishment because the guy cheated. I guess Jack was saying he thinks that Neal actually didn't sell it, that he actually hit. Oh, if that's a little different. I don't think he was trying to make himself in front of the story unless he absolutely knew that he was mic'd up. I just I don't really understand that. I disagree. I disagree with respectfully with him on that. And James Neal.
I loved it personally. I loved it.
I like it too. I like the fact that people are still talked to that way in some realm of society.
Better be like that than have the players walk all over them.
Good. Yeah. Fuck you. You're getting an embellishment. Yeah. He got caught cheating. Fuck you. That's hooking. Fuck you. Fuck you. It gives me comfort that in some forms of society, like the one that I was in the military, that we still have people that kind of put you in your place and say fuck you. You say that in a corporation, you lose your job. Yeah. He was.
And now you could be getting prosecuted for it by saying what you want.
Malay says he was sticked in the face, in his opinion. Maybe he was, but he sure sold it.
I didn't see any other replay of it, so that could be true. I
still think he embellished whether he got hit or not. And I don't
Oh
think
yeah, he definitely oversold it. If he did,
Tim didn't know that he was mic'd up, and he said that's the way they talk down there. So
Mhm.
maybe that's what Jack's saying. Maybe he's just like it was a legit penalty in his opinion, so that was uncalled for. But I'm sure that goes on just about every play. I mean, it's did your coach talk to you that way when you were playing high school hockey in St. Louis?
Yeah, it depends what coach I had.
Oh yeah, okay.
I had a bunch of different coaches, but my varsity coach and junior varsity coach, I mean, yeah, they didn't have any language barriers.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they didn't completely belittle us, but I mean, they
Yeah,
didn't hold
I
back
don't even
either.
think that's belittling. It's just
You get where you get where I'm going with that.
he got called out. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just got called out. Let's go say hi to the chat. Karn Johnson, David S, Dexterous Matt. He talked about he actually broke the story to me anyway about Pascal Dupuis not playing anymore because of blood. The blood. Yeah, it sucks. I think they really miss him over there. He's a character player. Yeah, that's really sad. Germinator.
That's nice.
Dan, it feels good to be back after 2.5 months with no real internet. Matt Ernie, welcome back. I didn't know you had.
I think the real blood clot over there in Pittsburgh is Crosby.
Yeah. Yes. Our day. Oh, I guess he's asking about our Cronin War. Our Cronin War's over, dude. Yeah. It's over.
What war?
We're not really at war anymore. You know, it's like everybody's like, we say dirty names back to each other, I guess. I mean, and everybody's still here, and Dave surpassed me in subs, and he's doing pretty well. Just to give you up to date, we wanted out, and he didn't let us out without a fight. And he embarrassed himself senseless, and it's since cooled off. So just to bring it back to speed, Matt Ernie. Pittsburgh boy, Jason Johnson, he's out there. And, Pascal Dupuis. Maybe I should read the press conference from that just to be a nice guy. Pittsburgh Penguins forward Pascal Dupuis will no longer play hockey because of medical condition related to blood clots. Dupuis announced, this apparently at 9 p.m. Wait, how could that be at night? Oh, that was been announced last night. Dupuis, 100% is this about my family. If it was just me, I'd be playing. Oh, he doesn't want to go.
I totally get that. He doesn't want to hurt the loved ones.
No, you're not married yet. She told him. You got boys to raise. I don't care. He probably doesn't care if he dies out there. That's what that statement means.
Probably would. I mean, the guy's living his dream.
Yeah, I know, and it's over.
I wouldn't either.
100% what this is about my family. Translation, they told me so. If it were just me, I'd still be playing. See, that's the thing. I like you could say I was reading into this, but it's the second statement. If it was just me, I'd still be playing.
There you go. That's all you need to know right there.
Yeah. Who wants to play? Oh, it's sad. It happens to everybody. We all our hockey dreams die at one point. Yours kind of, not to rub it in or anything, but yours died, 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago? I mean, you knew it was over. You enjoyed it while you had, and it's
I knew going into my senior year it was over. I knew I wasn't going to play that much.
That sucks. But you played anyway, and you played as long as you could. I admire that because you love it. Katie Morrison, Long Island.
Being with, yeah.
718-395-7660 or add us to contact Shot from the Point. Feel free to call in. Yeah, it's nice to see Matt Ernie back. God, I almost forgot about you. Let's see what else is on the. Fuck you! You're getting a fucking embellishment. Fuck you! You're getting an embellishment. God damn! It's music to my ears.
Yeah.
You know. I tell you something, Jack. I wish you'd call in. I tell you something, Jack. If the thing is about if you don't have some, even I said this last year about the embellishment rule. Even if they get some wrong, so what? Because you don't know when you're going to get one or not. So, but the problem is every time they call one of these damn penalties, they're and Jack, you're not I'm not just picking on you. Oh, the ref's trying to make make himself the centerpiece or the story of the game. You got to call this penalty. From time I don't even care if they get it right. You got to call this penalty. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a fucking circus. With them finding them, they can go back, look at it later, and take the fine away. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad they're calling it, And I'm glad they're using dirty words. That's just who I am. I like that. Dirty words. Good.
Yeah, you call him for embellishment, review it after the game, and if you think he absolutely 100% embellished, then yeah, go fine him for it.
I don't know. And I don't
That'd
think
be
Tim
too
Peel's
easy,
all
though.
that awful.
That'd be too easy.
He's no worse than anybody else, I don't think. You know, I mean, what are you going to do? Send me a video where he blew a call? You know? Yeah.
Well, you could do that now.
Yeah. Under the Patriot Act. Fucking Frenchie Ben sent me all this conspiracy nonsense. And he played the autistic card as a loser. Yeah. Well, he stumbled onto something that I knew about. But otherwise, he sends me crazy stuff. You know, the Jews run the world. No, he didn't say that. Let's see. I got a new phone.
Alex Semin clears waivers.
Good. Isn't that fucking fantastic? He's got to go to the AHL. Lazy hockey player. I think he's lazy. I think he's probably like, you know, somebody brought up Alexander Daig.
Fights like a toddler, too.
Yeah. Maybe this just isn't the game for him. Maybe he's got the talent. That's what they said about Alexander Daig, man. He was going to like take over the world.
Go play roller hockey.
Yeah, he can play roller hockey on Sundays with the guys and drink beer. You play inline hockey. That's exactly it. You know, if you want to be a hockey player, a professional NHL hockey player, it has to be 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Even during the summer when you're not playing. It's all you got to think about. You think, eat, and breathe it. If that's not for you, get the fuck out. You know, I probably went too far with criticizing that European, the guy from Scotland. I sort of regret that when I was like, you know, he was the greatest European player ever, and he got cut by the
Wayne Gretzky or something.
Yeah, and then he got cut by the Oilers, and he went back home, and you know, there's this big nice article. He played forever, you know, and he's a big nice article about him in the Hockey News, and I was like, you know, fuck that guy. He just quit. He never went back to the NHL. Like, what the fuck? I just never got it. I was probably a little too hard on him, but I mean, my feelings remain the same. I don't, unless you absolutely have to, like Pascal Dupuis, you know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. You don't get heroes welcome unless you go for it. I don't know. What else we got? Brendan Saad, fourth line in Columbus right now. His numbers aren't ridiculously bad. He's got 9 goals, 7 assists in 27 games, like Crosby numbers. But his stats have fallen off a cliff, according to Greg Wyshynski. No goals since November 19th, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean, they've recovered nicely from that 0-8 start. They're up to 11-16 now. So I mean,
yeah,
they're recovering. They're recovering from the bullet wound to the face that they gave themselves at the beginning of the year.
I don't know. It's funny, but it doesn't make you think maybe Saad was productive as he was because of who he's playing with, and maybe he's not the franchise player that we thought he was.
Definitely. I mean, you look at everybody on that Blackhawks roster. I mean, it'd be completely understandable if that's why Saad had so much success.
Yeah, I guess but I honestly thought that I'm wrong because I thought that he could be sort of like a Tyler Seguin. You know, I thought he had that kind of talent. Really? He certainly has the speed.
I was gonna say that. I mean, Saad. He shows amazing promise, but I don't think he was any Seguin or anything.
Yeah, maybe I got sucked up into it. You know, I seen this guy on the Yankees, like a lot of players in the Yankees, especially on their championship teams. You know, they go to other teams and they're just not the same. You know.
Yeah.
So maybe it was. I mean, this is a mini. I don't know. People want to argue whether Chicago's a dynasty or not. I don't know if they are or not. It doesn't matter, really, one way or another. But I do wonder that. I do wonder that maybe he's not as good. But let's give him time. And he's playing for Tortorella, and Tortorella's not going to put up with any fucking nonsense. You know, if I had to guess, right, and I haven't been watching Columbus Blue Jackets games, I wonder if he's holding on to the puck too much, and that would drive towards batshit crazy. And look at his numbers. You know, his numbers say a lot. What else we got? You know, I was talking. I said, "What's that?" Sorry, go ahead. You're
I
gonna
was
say?
just gonna say Steve Ott's out for 3 months.
Oh, from what? I didn't know that.
Hamstring surgery.
Ew. He's Steve
Yeah,
Ott. You're not.
fell weird into the board, so the Blues called up Pateri Limbo.
Well, sorry to hear that. That's definitely gonna.
Yeah.
Well, he's a character. That Steve Ott. I didn't know about this.
Yes, he is.
I completely missed this. Was he on your team once before he was with Buffalo?
No.
No. I'm trying to. Yeah.
He was in Dallas.
He's in Dallas. That's right. Well,
Won a cup with Dallas.
that's
too,
right.
I believe.
Well, he's been in the league for a while. He's been in the league.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah. So we wish Mr. Steve Ott a speedy recovery. I hope he the best, and very least for entertainment. He hasn't licked anybody's helmet in a while. And when you lick somebody's helmet, you're getting on this show. That's for damn sure.
Definitely.
I did a video yesterday about Brendan Prust. He just lost his tough guy. Cool. He lost cool points with me. Let's just put it that way. And Prust, Roman Yossi knows how to deal with Marchand. He actually just kind of fought him last night when the Predators Boston game. That's how you do. You don't hit somebody in the nuts. And Dave sent me an article, I guess, the Marchand side of the story. And Marchand said exactly what I said yesterday. It's like, he didn't hit me that hard down there. It's like, what's the matter with Brendan Prust? He doesn't have any balls. A flick could disable you. You fuckhead. So I always knew that, and I stand by that. I took more heat for saying that he was a dope last year than this year. But he's a dope, and, and fuck his self-righteous code that only applies to everybody else but him. Screw him in the ear. Fuck him in the ear. Like that. I love that scene in Goodfellas where who's that? The bookie that owes him money says, fuck him in the ear. And then Robert De Niro takes a freaking telephone cord and starts strangling the guy. Fuck him in the ear. Fuck him. I don't know why I just thought of that, but it was great. Roman Yossi. Oh, no, I already covered that. Whatever. NHL salary cap could increase up to $3 million next year. Well, folks, just remember this. Remember this the next lockout. When you hear Gary Bettman going on and on about how much play the league can't be financially stable, that's why we have to lock the players out because their salaries are too high. They beat them in 2004. The NHLPA hasn't been effective since 1995. They beat them in 2004. They beat them in 2012. So, look. When this happens, don't be surprised. And here's what I know what happens. They get the deal they want, and then the big teams like the Rangers, the Bruins, maybe even your team that could actually spend a little money, they're like, we can't buy any more players. Or, God forbid, I don't know, the Blackhawks. They wouldn't have to get rid of Brendan Saad. I think they got rid of Brendan Saad because they didn't like his agent. But that's what I think. Bad agent can run your career in the ground. These fucking dumb kids, they don't know the guy's screwing them because they're like, the agent comes up to him and says, we're going to make you $4 million more than you're worth. Okay.
It's like Scott Boras in baseball. Only there's no salary cap, so you don't have to worry about that.
I can think of another player that ruined his career by walking out several seasons, and is a former St. Louis Blue, a New York Ranger, Peter Nedved. There's another guy who used to hold out all the time. It's probably a little before your memory, but he did. He held out for like 2 years straight, and I think he eventually started playing for St. Louis. St. Louis dished him, missed a bunch of valuable time. It's not always worth it, especially if you're young. You got to get out there and play. You fucking missed 3 years.
Nowadays, you got all these guys getting all these endorsements and stuff too. Come on.
And what do they need it? It fucking ended Alexander Salmon. Gave him a bunch of money. What a nifty contract he has for an AHL player. I wonder if that counts against their salary cap. So, what else we got? Not too much. Steve Matador, his family files a lawsuit against the National Hockey League.
Okay.
Let me read you some of the things that are in the lawsuit, which I found particularly interesting. This is from. Oh, did I tell you Sean Leahy, a Puck Daddy, blocked me?
I don't believe you
I'm
told me
blocked
that,
by
no.
every guy now, and I don't think I said anything to Leahy. I said something to his girlfriend.
Do you feel accomplished?
Yes, I think I might put that up on my Twitter thing. Blocked by all members of Puck Daddy, except the Russian. Oh, I should do that. Blocked by all members of Puck Daddy except the Russian guy, who doesn't write that much anyway.
So out of all the people, the Russians who you probably bashed more than any other country on here.
Do I mash the Russians? Do I? I didn't know I do that. Do I really?
Well, I shouldn't say. Bash the Russian.
Do I bash the Russians? I bash individual Russians. I don't like Vladimir Putin, but I don't think I bash the Russians. I like Pavel Datsyuk.
Yeah, well,
Alexei Kovalev, maybe my favorite player ever. He's up there. I mean, I loved his.
Yeah, we can say you did just because.
Well, I don't know. I thought I wasn't goofing on you. It was, or I don't think so. Okay, this is I guess is a statement. But by promoting, in fact, and glorifying fighting, NHL continues to perpetuate its message to players that coaches and fans that blows to the head should not be considered serious injuries. The lawsuit says the NHL knew by eliminating stage fights from their game they would decrease drug addiction and depression in the men it enlisted in this barbaric role. They knew, listen to this, this is going to be the new thing. They knew that by eliminating stage fights in the games, they would decrease drug addiction. Well, what scientific study does that, so this guy kills himself over drug addiction, and it's hockey's fault? And where are all the dead players from the 70s? How many of them died young? In the 60s. Gordie Howe fought a lot.
I think all the dead players from the 70s are dead. That'd be my guess.
Well, I don't think they died in any... I don't even know that these players are dying in any other numbers. I do notice that Wade Bollock, I don't know, was it Bugner was drinking the night he died? This guy was a junkie.
But no, that wouldn't have anything to do with it.
No. I'm willing to bet that professional fighting and drug addiction doesn't mix. Who knew?
I mean, Ronda Rousey just got her face blasted.
Yeah, if she gets her face blasted again like that, she probably should quit. The NHL knew by allegedly they would decrease drug addiction. See, I don't know. I don't get this. During regular season NHL games, preseason games, the NHL practices morning skates. Steven Matador sustained thousands of subconcussive brain traumas. Thousands? Can they prove that? And multiple concussions which were undiagnosed or undocumented, said in the statement. The league, if they were undocumented, how are you going to prove it? The league induced him into continue playing and fight in the NHL game practices. Well, if they're undocumented, how do you know they're there? It's just a blanket accusation. It's a money grab and a half. I don't give a shit if I take.
Everybody's a pussy now anyway. And
this has nothing to do. Don't get caught in the red herring. This is a money grab. They'll say anything. The suit against the Matador was on 69 fights during his 571 NHL game career. And that defenseman suffered 15 documented concussions. That's a lot, including 4 that came in 3-month span in 2012 as a member of Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay, yeah, 15, that's definitely a lot.
That's a lot.
Not good.
Wasn't he trying to play when he died? In the KHL?
Was he?
Yeah.
You may be right. I think you're right on that.
Yeah. Wasn't he trying to play? The suit charges that the NHL failed to provide Matador with the latest medical information on the effects of long-term brain injuries. That, I'm sure, is bullshit. Matador did not play in the 70s and 80s or 90s. He played in the most recent area, the one that has been the most conscious. I first started about hearing that concussions were more serious than originally thought in 1997, when Pat LaFontaine luckily got a contract from the New York Rangers. How old were you in 1997?
97 when the hockey season started. When the hockey season started in 97, I would have been 3.
Okay. How old are you now?
I am 21.
So I don't buy that. Matador played in the modern era. I don't buy that for 1 minute. I don't understand why he's titled the money. Professional fighting's dangerous. Hockey playing's dangerous. Hockey professional fighting is really dangerous. Hockey professional fighting and drug abuse is deadly. So, I don't know. What information did the NHL withhold? I mean, that was the lawsuit that was filed against the NFL. Of course, that never went to court.
Yeah,
because,
maybe they'll make a hockey concussion movie.
Yeah, I think they did with boxing recently, right? Yeah.
No, you got the Will Smith one coming out on Christmas about football.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Will Smith, I knew football was dangerous. I knew football was dangerous a long time, but I do think this is an effort to eliminate contact sports. And
might as well pussify everything else.
why don't you pay people that play contact sports and are attracted to it generally don't have their fucking hands out, and I think that's the problem. You know, I guess if we're all a bunch of fucking sissy boy, white knight feminist defenders, we won't start wars. I think that's the ideology behind it. No, we'll just be conquered by people who aren't willing to do that and are willing to take risks. You get in the ice, you take a CTE risk. Whether you're 8 or 18, 28, 38. It's a CTE risk. And it's real serious. Concussions are real serious. I would never deny that. I just don't see how you're entitled to money from a game where that risk is inherent, especially from this guy who did drugs like Wade Bollock. Bugner was drinking the night he died. Drinking in New Orleans. He wouldn't go to rehab. How the fuck is he entitled to anything? He ruined his life. He was a junkie and he died. He was a junkie and he died. Did hockey contribute to that? Probably. His parents, I remember watching the New York Times, Derek Bugner's parents were given a notice. The only way that he would be able to play in the juniors is if he fought. His parents signed off on that. The New York Rangers tried to get him into rehab. He refused. He took a trip to New Orleans, bunch of painkillers. He drank one of those painkillers. Hey, let me tell you something. Long before we knew about CTE, I was told if you went drinking and did sleeping pills and shit, it could fucking kill you. This is not new information. What the hell? I really want to see what they withheld. Wade Bollock, junkie. Mark Rippon, junkie. Derek Bugner, junkie. Steve Matador, junkie. That's a fact. It's a cruel fact. I'm not saying they're horrible people. I know wonderful people that get caught up in drugs. But how is that the game's problem? I know a guy died of a heroin overdose who used to like to play Dance Dance Revolution in the arcade. Should he sue Namco? What the fuck? It's a money grab. It's disgraceful. It's a disgraceful money grab. That's the NHL. They won't miss the money. Yeah, actually, they will because they're actually fighting it. They don't make the kind of money. They can't just fucking shell out $500 million like the NFL can. I don't know. Oh, you're a Neanderthal. Oh, you're a Neanderthal. And I was like, oh, man, I don't want anybody to get hurt. 15 fucking concussions. Maybe you should think about retiring. Do what Pascal Dupuis did. The fuck out. I could die.
Even if the NHL did withhold something,
yeah.
I mean, this is the NHL we're talking about here. Are they really going to release it? They don't even release if a guy stubbed his toe.
Yeah. And that's not done for, that's done so the other teams don't know, for the most part. They withheld information and they the concussion, undocumented concussions. Well, how the fuck you know you got them? The only person that could diagnose a concussion is a doctor. If it's undiagnosed, it probably didn't happen. Or you certainly can't prove in court. Frenchie Ben, since the NFL played old players, everybody tries to get something. That's what I think this is about. Look, are these guys' death tragic? Yes. I'm sorry they're gone. But I'm sorry Scott Weiland's gone too. Another guy that ruined his life. They're not heroes. They're just dead guys. And one day, you, me, and maybe even Mr. Advocare over here that takes real good care of himself is going to join him. I got news for you, you fucking soccer mom parents. You
Maybe not some
dipshits
245 or 300.
that are my age, especially, because they're getting worse. You assholes born in the late 60s and 70s. You're gonna fucking die. You're gonna die. One day, you will die, and it will be nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. You're just going to. It's gonna happen. No matter what you do. This is why I smoke. This is why I smoke. And I tell you something, you're not going to see any lawsuit to Marlboro from me. And if anybody says to me while I'm going, on my deathbed, well, they didn't give you all the information. It said it on the side of the pack. It could fucking kill you. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's about control. I don't think it's about all these pussies. Who's tweeting me? Better be good. Oh, lip gloss hockey's.
Well, while you're looking that up, something new just came in.
What do you got?
That I saw. The NHL, they announced that they will, the policy where coach and executive compensation, that policy is going to be eliminated January 1st.
All right, I'm stupid. What does that mean exactly?
Well, I mean, it was put in effect January 1st of this year to offer draft pick compensation for coaches and executives who were under contract but left to work for another organization.
Mm-hmm.
Bettman said the league's going to go back to the old policy, which doesn't require draft pick compensation for coaches and executives leaving the organization.
Okay, now I understand it. It was a bullshit rule to begin with. It's a bullshit rule because they're not players. They're not a part of the equation. And how do you value one executive over another? I mean, we all know that Lou Lamoriello has had a better career than, I don't know, that jackass in Pittsburgh, can't remember his name, or Bergeron in Montreal. But how do you measure what his value is via draft picks? I don't know for that. I'm glad they got rid of that. I'm glad they get rid of that. I don't think they're trying to pussify it. I really don't. I think they're just trying to control it. Patrick Kane's situation was about getting people used to the idea, which we thankfully aren't used to yet, getting rid of the idea of basically presumption of innocence. And, if we make all our fucking, games kind of soft, that's control, when we can start dictating the NHL. And don't think that taking hitting out of it is just the first step. You got to remember with these activists, they always need a cause. When was the last activist group that said, hey, we accomplished our goals, we're all going home? None I know of. None. You got anything else, bud?
No, I don't have anything else.
Me either.
Just waiting for school.
I didn't expect myself to go on a big rant. I'm just tired of this shit.
That's okay. That's all right.
I don't even care if they get paid. It's just aggravating.
It's good
to me.
it's good to get it off your chest.
Yes.
It's good to get it off. You feel better now?
No, I'm miserable. I'm gonna go play H1Z1 and bitch. Did you like my H1Z1 videos?
I do.
You do?
The ones that I've seen, yeah, I really like them.
Good.
Really.
Would you tell me they sucked if you? I don't know. Would you tell me I'm not in? You would. No, you would. You'd say you weren't into that. I thought they were funny.
I would, but it's a video game. They're all stupid anyway, and it's hilarious.
Bingo. And this one, you get to talk with other people, so it's like a radio show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the thing that attracted me to it. It's just I love radio, like shows, like doing shows. So I mean, it's just perfect. Who cares what's going on?
Yeah, just like the ones I made of myself playing, screaming at the game.
Yeah. Why don't you send me one of those? I don't get any. Send me some 16 footage. Get in a fight with a guy online or something.
I don't have NHL 16.
Yeah. You like Tortorella. Nicholas Bumkada. He wasn't the guy that yelled at me for not plugging. He wasn't the guy that yelled at me for not plugging Jack Malay. So I just want to point that out. He said something about Yager. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. Make sure you check out his new album on Bandcamp. Black Mozart, December 15th, 2015. This portion rant has been brought to you by the Real Talk man, the Metaphor Messiah. Black Mozart, December 17th. One time I said 2005. I forget which episode it was. And that was it. All right, let's get the hell out of here. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah! Yeah. Last night in the National Hockey League. We talked about it before. James Neal embellished the high stick and was called out for it. Let's play it one more time. Yeah! Tim Neal called him out. But it doesn't really hurt the Nashville Predators. They take the Boston Bruins 3-2. Minnesota North Stars. That's right, I said North Stars. They came up a little short. Let's see. John Mitchell had the big OT goal, as the Avs take the Wild 2-1. Also, it was the 20th. Last night was to honor the 20th anniversary of the Avs in Denver. Jesus, I'm getting old.
Wow.
So they left in 2015? Really? But that's really not till next season, though, because it was the 95, 96, I think. Because I remember, I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Patrick Rabetta had a hat trick. And he gives the Canucks a 5-2 win over the Buffalo Sabres.
Your favorite fan base is there.
Yeah, good. Glad y'all lost. I hex you. And old Jack Eichel, awful quiet. What is his stats? Can you look them up?
I don't know. Yeah, look.
How much you want to bet they're everybody's good as Brendan Sods?
Keep going and I'll look that up for you.
All right, yeah. Tonight in the National Hockey League, I just spaced out. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York Islanders, they're in Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. LA Kings, they make a trip to the beginning in the Midwest. They take on CBJ in Columbus, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. New Jersey Devils in Toronto to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs that recently beat your Blues, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about that. Moving on. The Detroit Red Wings, they're in the D.C., our nation's capital, to take on Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. Another 7:30 game. Ottawa Senators, they take on the Cats. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yotes Blues, get it on tonight in St. Louis. You got to be careful with those Yotes, Jeff.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with those guys.
Eichel's got 9 goals and 5 assists.
That's about the same thing fucking... what does Brendan Saad have? He has 9 goals and 7 assists. It's still pretty good. We're not hearing oh, Jack Eichel, like the first week. Everybody was ready to drool over him. That's pretty damn good for a rookie, though. You know, hard to win the Calder Trophy. Nobody ever wins the Calder Trophy.
Especially playing in Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's definitely a lot. Absolutely. All right, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Preds, they're in Chicago. Take on. Let's see if Patrick Kane keep that streak going. I want Patrick Kane to keep that streak going, just to make Jen Neal mad. And they all fucking, and they're all the pressure's on him to give the MVP. I still think at this stage they won't give him the damn thing. I don't.
Probably not.
I don't. And then I just like a bunch of political hacks, which is what I preach here. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Canes, they're in Dallas. Take on the Lone Stars. That's what we'll call them. That's what they should have called them to begin with.
The C's going into the D this time.
The C's in the D. It's not as cool. I like when Calgary's in Dallas. That's hotter. This is
Dallas is in Calgary.
This is like a love doll, Carolina. And there's a big C and a big D on the other one, too. So that makes it funnier to me. Because I'm terribly immature for a middle-aged man. Oh, God, I'm really middle-aged. 9 o'clock. Sharks, they're in the C. I'm going to laugh at that the rest. When am I going to get over that? I don't know. Yeah. You got those stats?
Oh, Brendan Sods?
Yeah.
No, it didn't come up. I got you. Hold on.
It's to grow the game of hockey. Maybe we don't want to grow the game of hockey. I don't want to grow the game of hockey. I just want all 10 people listening right now and Jeff to like hockey. They're the only people I trust with the game. I don't even remember what I asked you. My head's in the clouds. 2 days in a row, my head's in the clouds. Today's a little worse.
You asked me to look up Brendan Sods' stats, but
I already have them.
Up.
Oh, lifetime. No, you said Eichel. You already did it. Holy shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already got Eichel.
You already got that. What am I asking you? Oh, what happens now? Oh, that's right. Get out of my crease!